Today on the podcast, we're talking the arts, rivers, and Shia LaBeouf. This is the Kansas City Podcast. Welcome to the Kansas City Podcast. My name is Cole Limerick. I'm your host with the most. Corn syrup, high fructose. Many of you know me as the guy who looks straight into the eclipse without special glasses. And if not, it is nice to meet you. Each week here on the Kansas City Podcast, we are joined by a KC native for a conversation on life.
Hello. In
the city of fountains. I'm very, yes, I know, right?
Yeah, I love that lead.
I do what I try. I try
wet.
my best.
Everybody likes that.
Everybody likes it. I am joined today by none other. I'm actually downtown. What address are we at right now?
We're at 3611 Broadway.
We're at 3611 Broadway. We're in the back of this nice little venue. I am actually here at the Uptown Arts Bar.
That's right.
I'm very excited. With me today, she is an anarchist freak. She is the programming coordinator for the Arts Bar, Jeanette Powers. Jeanette, welcome to the show.
Oh, hello. Thank you very much for having me today.
No, thank you so much for coming on the show. We led with Anarchist Freak.
Yes.
We'll get back to that.
Good.
No, I'm kidding. No, let's start there.
We're going to start there.
We're going to start there. I want to know, what's the deal, Anarchist Freak? Break it down for me.
Well, I just believe that the basic structure of every moment of every day of your entire life is completely wrong, and that you all need to start over. And the first thing you need to do is stop scratching that itch of the cell phone. We are all obsessed and addicted to all the wrong things.
Gotcha.
And at the heart of all of that is the evil capitalist corporatist empire. And I'm so happy I get to lead with my conspiracy theories today.
It's very nice. It's a good start to the show. We are at the Uptown Arts Bar.
That's
Why
right.
don't you tell me a little bit about the Arts Bar, the things you guys do here? Our first episode, we had Matt Keck on the show. He's a local comedian, great guy. He hosts Lucha Raptor here at the end of every month, last Friday.
Great show.
Awesome, hilarious. So
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the Arts Bar, the vision of this place, what you guys have planned, what goes on. Break it down.
Okay, so the Arts Bar is this man, Greg Patterson's idea. He says, I don't want a boat. I don't want a second home in the Ozarks. I want to support Kansas City artists in a meaningful way. So he opens up the Uptown Arts Bar. This is literally the hobby of his lifetime. It's the shining jewel. It's what he's done with all his riches.
So no boats, no houses,
right.
no boats and hoes. He went all on, I want to open a bar, supporting the arts.
He's going to support the arts. And it's a small venue because the artists that need the most support are emerging artists. And so we have just the right size venue. And that isn't to say we don't get national acts and all kinds of things, because we do. And we have a packed house all the time. But the true original mission and the most of what we do is to support a person who has a dream and a vision of doing something performative. So that's comedy, spoken word, dance, burlesque, variety shows, trivia nights, anything that is calling to you, we can put on the stage.
You've got it all.
That's exactly right.
That's fantastic. So now, is there so every night when you come here, is it something different every night, or is there like a poetry night? Like, how does it break down?
Okay, there's two ways to easy break it down.
Yeah.
First of all, because of that mission statement, open mics. That's the heart and soul of the emerging artist world. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, open mics are 9 to close. That's the main thing people come here for.
Wow.
Our weeknights are packed. Monday comedy, Tuesday music, Wednesday poetry, Thursday karaoke. We all let down our hair.
Love the karaoke.
I gotta say, we have a lot of cool fucking songs nobody else does, because I hired a designer to handpick our karaoke selection.
Really?
So it is
there's some deep cuts on there, is what you're saying.
Whole albums. You like an artist?
All right.
If we have every song they ever did.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so karaoke night gets crazy.
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
We get comedy night, poetry night.
Yes, the open mics. And I'm an open mic baby. That's where I grew up, so I love all of that scene. And then the second stuff, everything else, we have 77 shows in August.
Wow.
I'll tell you more about that in a second. But the other way things are is showcases. And that's anything goes. You never know what's going to happen. You can walk in this venue at any time, and there's just going to be something wild and original going on the stage. And we have a whole separate bar area, so you can just stay and hang out at the bar, or you can come in and see the show.
Very, very, very cool. Yeah. So you just said so yourself, open mics was like your thing to get started. you are a spoken word artist.
That's right.
Can you tell me a little bit about, your journey through that? Like, were you always doing spoken word, or like, how did you get started doing that?
Well, I went to a million poetry readings.
A million, not just one.
And then I went to one.
Oh, okay.
And at that one is a man named William Peck. And he's got a memorized poem.
Oh.
And it's like, I can do a little bit of it.
Oh,
Bill, forgive me.
Go ahead.
This is Bill Peck. A Rex, a big T-Rex. Biped, cold-blooded motherfucker. Rex, King Oedipus Rex. Ignorant, hard-headed motherfucker. The sky is falling. It's hilarious.
I love it.
It changes my life. I'm like, oh my God, I've been doing this wrong.
Yeah.
What have I even been doing? This is what it's supposed to be.
Yes.
And so then
you were inspired by the T-Rex.
I was. Lightning struck. Boom.
Yeah.
This is it. And the whole poem is actually this wonderful political rant, which could be perfect for today, which is what puts it in my mind even. But it just, everything changed. And then today, that's 20 years later. I've done, I've competed at Women of the World Poetry Slam on a national stage. I've traveled all over doing different things with poetry and doing performances. But I'll tell you what I love is weirdo random shit that makes you need a Xanax when you leave.
Yeah.
That's what I
think
really
I know exactly
like.
what you're talking about. I feel like I've read a few of those where you just
Nobody's
go, what?
ever booked me twice.
Those poor souls. They need to book. So
they need to have pieces of paper that say "keep it up" thrown at them.
That's right. Okay, so now I have a very complex history with poetry.
Okay.
Because anytime that I try to write poetry, I immediately started rhyming, and immediately the poem starts turning into things about butts and farts.
Yes.
It never, it's always starting out, it almost starts out as like a freestyle rap, and then it just slowly evolves into butts, tons of butts, farting butts, what's up? Something like that, just nonstop. So what would you describe your style of spoken word, your style of poetry? Is it free form? What do you got?
I guess that most
Is
of
it
the time
T-Rex?
it's trying to...
Is it T-Rex nonstop butts? That's
No,
my question. Okay.
No.
Right.
I would say most of mine is designed to pry open your brain pan by traveling in through your nose and in through your eyes until your point where you're just so confused about what's going on, but you're riveted somehow at the same time. And then all of a sudden you walk out and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to drink Coke anymore. I don't know why.
My life has changed. No more sugar water.
I'm never buying another greeting card, but she was talking about outer space. What happened?
She's in my brain. She's gotten in my head.
Exactly. I've actually had this one girl used to always say, "Get out of my head." And I hear this a lot. Did you write that about me? And it's never true. If you've ever said that to me, it was never you. Not once.
It was never. So, as being someone that you said 20 years ago,
right,
with that open mic night with Bill Peck, were you in Kansas City 20 years ago?
Kansas. Oh, born and raised, actually.
Born and raised
My
in
whole
Kansas
life.
City. So, being someone that's been involved with poetry, spoken word for the last 20 years, how has it changed in Kansas City? Is it a growing thing? Has it always been the same? I mean, where would you place it at?
Well, definitely when I was younger, it was a million open mics everywhere. That doesn't happen so much anymore.
Right.
In the old days, that's how it was. And that was cool, and there were lots of groups, and those groups have a lot of those people are still around, and that's amazing. But now it's a little bit more directed and I think the social media has pinpointed bigger gatherings as opposed to just the
those
pure word
Facebook
of mouth.
events,
Well, we love that. It helps keep the bar open, and the energy. You come here on a poetry night, any of them, and the energy is so palpable because everybody comes here to experience that event on stage.
Right.
And so just that, it's wonderful. It's different. But that also means it's growing. And I think that from the Arts Bar perspective, and the same is true for poetry, that since Trump was elected, there has been a sea change at the level of art that is happening on a grassroots level.
Absolutely.
We are that venue. I am firsthand seeing it, supporting it, and helping launch it.
Yeah.
And we have had a radical increase in business, and it's not because I'm smart. It's because
of
people
the world
are
today.
motivated.
Right.
And people feel like it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter. they're going to do it anyway.
Right. So when you get people here, I mean, you mentioned Trump. There's a lot crazy shit going on in the world. I mean, is it much more? I assume that you got a lot of political folks in here getting very loud, excited about politics and things like that. Movements. And you said you consider Arts Bar kind of a beacon of that.
Yes.
Would you think that? Do you think the output? You said the output's more, but is it just because there's more people that want to get involved, or do you think there's just more angst in the air, like more and more? Which do you think it is?
I think those two are causally related.
Okay.
And, I used to say it this way. People be like, I only write when I'm sad. And it's like, well, actually, that's the only time you spend time self-reflecting.
Right.
Because why would you be on a roller coaster with your hot second date that you're like, her nipples are hard and like you're hyped up on Coca-Cola and you're like self-reflecting? Like, what brought me to this place?
I'm going down the first drop and man, butts.
Okay, so you write when you're happy.
So I write when I'm happy. So I'm going down the roller coaster. I'm like, yeah, down the hill. That's my goal. That's my plan. Okay, so with all the things going on here at the Uptown Arts Bar, is there anything that is there a certain event or a certain thing that has happened here recently that has just blown you away? What do you think? I'm asking as like a, because you said you never know what to expect.
Yeah.
Right. So is there anything recently that's happened that you're just saying, whoa, that was crazy?
Well, there are crazy things that have happened for sure. I don't know if there's something in the dead recent time. Oh God, I'm on the spot. My memory's terrible.
That's okay.
I didn't do that before. Never mind.
It's okay. It's okay. We didn't prep for this. That's all right. I mean, we're sitting here in the actual kind of venue space. We're looking over here at the stage and everything. And I mean, it's such a cool venue. It's so cool.
You.
I mean, and you could fit a bunch of people back here, squeeze them all in, and it's just there's brick. It's hard to explain. You really have to come here to kind of experience because it does feel like kind of its own little special space.
Right.
Yes, its own little egg. Yes, it's its own little egg. All right. So I have a question for you about, other than the Arts Bar, you are the programming director for this. So do people come to you all the time and say, hey, I got an idea?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All the time.
All the time. And so what do you do? Do you try to find that spot room? Do you try to help them develop that idea? Or what do you do?
Yeah, that's really interesting. Definitely try to help them develop it. And not everybody wants that help. Not everybody wants,
somebody has a vision and there's this is my idea.
Right. And to be perfectly honest with you, whatever you bring with me and whatever level of support, of engagement that can exist, does. So some people come in, it's their full concept. They have to take total control over it. They use the venue. They treat the venue with total respect. And I do kind of next to nothing. Yeah. Because they just are a machine that does it. And I love that and it's great. And the next person comes along and has no idea how to do anything. They just have, one of my favorite ideas. Individual came to me and wanted a silent slam. So Poetry Slam is a naturally very loud event. Right. The poets are all screaming. Yeah. All of the audience is clapping and booing and hissing and yaying and yelling at the judges. Mm-hmm. It's very loud. So it's
very heated.
Heated.
Yes.
And so there's a group of people out there who would be very triggered by all that sensory overload.
Okay.
And would avoid that kind of situation, that kind of poetry, because of the environment. And so this person comes and says, I want to have a slam. You have the competitive aspect, you have all of that, but nobody's yelling on stage, and the audience is promising to stay quiet. And so it was this lovely, very successful event that had so many people who didn't have an opportunity to come out to the slam because of sensory issues, and boom, there they have it. So this person is just a big heart with a great idea. And so on that, it's more directed on, here's what you do. How do you get people out? Who's your groups? How do you reach out? Things like that.
Very cool. So, I mean, it sounds like you're always open to trying new things.
I have yet to encounter an idea I've said no to.
Really?
I have not. And I often think about, where's my line? I encourage everyone to push me to see, okay.
Where's the line? Yeah.
I have the closest we've ever come to the line.
Oh, okay. I'm ready for this.
It's a show called Letter R, Letter U, Letter A, Symbol Star. Are you a star?
Oh, okay.
Question mark.
It took me a moment. All right. Are you a star?
It's important because it's like text speak, right?
Okay.
And the posters, are you a star? Stars, 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 stars. Cash prize, chance for feature, reality show, potential. It's all lies.
Okay.
It's just on stage. It's just live on stage.
Okay.
But these two people have put this poster out to try to, and put it in like gas stations, laundromats, all kinds of really unusual posters.
I think I know where this is heading.
Right? They're trying to get out just like the weirdest of the weird. And that exactly they do. They ran for 3 months. The first month, it was a packed house.
Yeah.
The third month, they were on the verge of being fired for how many complaints we got. Literally, the Arts Bar Facebook star rating went from 4.7 to 3.2.
Really?
Because of 3 shows. That's how many people wrote and complained about this one show. Because the hosts were not trying to find stars. They did not have opportunities with reality people.
Right.
They did share the cash prize at the end, which was nothing because they didn't really take the door cover ever.
Okay.
And so they'd like have a $10 bill and they'd tear it in half and keep half for themselves. I mean, it was terrible. But they would just get wicked drunk. I mean, blackout drunk. And they're hilarious comedian type wild people.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just wild. And then they would just interrupt the show terribly and heckle terribly. And
so there'd be someone like on stage, like singing a song or just like, and they'd come up. So it's almost like shitty American Idol almost.
That's exactly what it is. Shitty American Idol.
I mean, it's like, I think I like that name better than Are You a Star, right? Shitty American Idol. So they're interrupting the show.
Oh, terribly.
And so I'm assuming there were people in the audience that were just like, they thought that they were here to see the show, see the next things, and then okay, I got you now.
Yeah, and then the performers are most upset.
Oh, that makes sense.
We got
because the performers think that they're full on in. So, oh, wow.
And those two did quit after the 3rd month, but I would have probably let that keep going.
Really?
Maybe change the title to Shittiest American Idol because that's a little more honest.
Right. Well, you probably wouldn't have gotten as many like performers coming in like thinking like, oh, this is legitimate. I've got the chance of a lifetime here.
It just turned into an S&M meeting spot.
So
I want to be a judge.
So Are You a Star was something,
closest to the line.
Closest to the line. Are there regular shows that happen? I know Matt's Lucha Raptor happens. Are there other regular shows that happen weekly?
Burlesque on first Fridays.
Okay.
With Brown Sugar Cabaret.
Okay.
Fantastic show. We also have Burlesque on first Saturdays. So first weekend's kind of like a dance weekend because those 2 regular shows. And Saturdays is Kansas City Cabaret.
Okay.
Stunning, high profile burlesque troupe here in KC. And then we have probably some other things.
Probably
it's so
some other
hard
things
for me to remember everything. But we have Brother John Blues Review on first Tuesdays.
Okay.
That's a really long running show and it is so tremendous. He basically is like an impersonator, but that's the wrong word, but it's close. He just does something really unique and he presents all of these great artists throughout history. Okay. But also in combination with the stories. So it's really lovely.
So he like sings songs from other artists, like in a pastiche,
right?
Like he does a Weird Al pastiche.
Well, I don't know about it. He doesn't change the words.
Okay.
And then we have a new EMO Night that's happening on 3rd Tuesdays.
EMO Night, man.
And
take me back in time.
I know, and EMO's like this big thing again.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, but they've promised me.
Is it Trump? It's Trump. It's Trump. It's Emo Night. Okay, Emo Night. I can dig it.
My friends are always like, Jeanette, why do you hate emo so much? But all you listen to is new wave. I can't even hear the difference.
Right.
I'm just like, okay, hit Morrissey. That's the divide.
Right.
Everything after Morrissey, forget it.
No.
Everything before, gold.
Interesting. Emo Night. It's coming back.
It's coming back.
It's coming back. Has there ever been a night that like you thought that this captures the exact essence of the Arts Bar?
Oh,
I mean, a night where you were just like, this, everything was perfect. Like, this is exactly what we're here for, what we're doing.
Yeah, this is the story. And we've been talking about Trump. It's election night of last year.
Okay.
And so on the we have it set up to watch election results coming in on the projector screen.
Right,
so it's silent, but you can see the results coming in. And it's music open mic night. Okay. And so by the time 9:00 hits, everybody already knows what's happened. There's no edge. It's like everybody's like, And so the sound tech is this fellow named Gray Thomas. And so Gray makes an executive decision. He doesn't ask anybody. He just announces. He's like, I'm turning this shit off, and it's us tonight.
Right.
And that whole crowd, I was here that night too, and it just turned, like we called it an egg earlier.
Yeah.
And it's just like we rebuilt those broken eggshells all around us for that one moment, and all of us were inside of it. And on the stage, people were really close, not sitting really far back like people tend to do, just right there next to him. Sitting around the bar, people are singing a cappella softly. Upstairs in the hall, another person is playing a guitar song. And nobody wants, just in every nook and cranny, there was this communion that was palpable. And then nobody wants to leave. And there's this kid named Mally that comes in. Really wonderful, talented youth. I mean, he's 21, but young. He's a little baby. I've known him since he was a kid, actually, because my kid and him went to school together. Anyways, so Mally gets up on stage and starts singing this this song, "Dead Flowers," and everybody I'm trying to kick everybody out. We have to leave. This is the moment.
Right.
And Mally gets up on stage and just starts singing that. And the entire bar just stops in their tracks and all sings this song together as just like this last communion, this moment of solidarity before we have to go to bed, wake up to the reality of a new America.
Right.
And that's the moment.
Very nice.
It was magic.
That sounds, I mean, when you can capture moments like that, especially with a group of people, it's something you'll remember forever.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that that's what this place is trying to do. They're trying to create moments, trying to create, different situations where people can come in, try out something new. A lot of young artists, this is kind of their first shot. So, you're trying to set up a venue where you're giving them that opportunity.
Right, exactly.
So what do you see, what's your future goals for this place? I mean, you've got so much going on. You mentioned there were, 70 some odd events in August. I mean, what is your long-term as you see? I mean, have you reached the apex of where you think this can go, or do you think it can just continue to grow and grow and grow?
I think that it will continue. I think it will continue to grow. And on the one level, this is where we get back to Anarchist Freak. Why
Perfect. We're going full circle here.
Why does a business have to have its goal as to make more money?
Right.
There can be other uses of the money that's made and other ways and goals that we can have. So Greg Patterson, again, the owner, his goal has always been that all profits of the bar will go directly back into the artist communities in different ways. Now, we haven't been profitable for a really long time, but we're starting to turn that edge.
Okay.
And so that means we're starting to have that budget. And realistically, this bar operates like a finely tuned machine on a lot of levels. And there's always room for improvement, and we know exactly how much all those things cost.
It's no different than any other,
Right.
Of course.
And so that's there. I'm not saying we're perfect, but it's like a nice snowball. The whole staff has been here 2-3 years. So we're just kind of solid. So what that means, I have that free time. What's next? And for me, exactly what that is developing those regular monthly shows. And for the purpose of this is the real goal: career launching.
Right.
Career launching. We bring up artists. They get their space. We don't charge for the stage. We always provide the sound tech. That's maybe $300 or $400 a show that we've just saved an upcoming artist right there.
Absolutely.
Out the gate. It literally enables somebody to begin, whereas before they maybe couldn't. And so that's all there is next. And then that by helping each artist, by focusing on that, by letting them be a ladder rung, then that's the best way to help the bar.
Yeah.
Also. And so that's my goal right there.
I like it. Very, very cool. All right, we got to take a quick break.
Okay.
We'll be back more here with Jeanette Powers in just a minute. Can you believe this? We're already at episode number 7. I've read many things that say that podcasts that make it past 7 episodes are better than 90% of all other podcasts. I have no idea if that's true. I mean, I saw it somewhere, so it's got to be true, right? But here we are. We're at episode number 7, and we've got more coming. So we've broken the mold. Want to send a special thank you and shout out to Matt B. Davis at the Atlanta podcast for continuing to be so supportive and taking me on this wild podcasting adventure, letting me giving me the what's the word I'm looking for? Giving me the insight, the power, the smarts, the brilliance, the motivation to go out there and get this done. And I want to thank all of our listeners so far. It's been an incredible 7 weeks, and we have so many guests lined up, so many great interviews on the way. So please continue to listen, share, like, follow, all that wonderful stuff. We really appreciate it, and thank you so much for continuing to listen to the podcast. We are breaking the 7-episode mold. Now, back to the show. Welcome back to the Kansas City Podcast. Cole Lindbergh. I'm here with Jeanette Powers. We're here at the Uptown Arts Bar. Jeanette, during the break, you let me go up on stage, and I laid down a few sweet rhymes.
Yes.
How would you grade? How did I do? I did not talk about butts or farts. It was about fire.
I'm going to give you an A for the headstand.
Okay, thank you.
The headstand was great. I made $1.35 out of the change from your pockets. So I would say you bought that A.
Anytime I do a headstand, the first thing I do is make sure my pockets are full of change, because then you know the headstand is starting, because you can hear as it goes over.
Right, it's like a theme song. For
okay, so and what I guess you didn't say is that I did the headstand, and that's when I busted my rhymes. Right.
Yeah.
So I was doing a headstand while.
Yeah,
well,
and I've never seen that before.
And, that's the type of crazy shit you can see here at the Uptown Arts Bar. Now, of course, it won't be me, so if someone else comes in and does that.
Next week, we have all headstands for 2 hours.
It's 2 hours. It's people performing while doing
I'm going to make like $37.52 that night.
I think that's the way to go. Jeanette, it is now time for our favorite part of the show. Okay, it is now time for the KC quiz. All right, so here's the deal, Jeanette. The KC quiz. I'm going to ask you some very important questions. Okay, you will be graded. There are points available.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Points are important.
Here we go.
Okay. If I ask you a question and you don't like the question, you can always say stupid question. Okay. And of course, folks, make sure that you tweet us at Kansas City Pod if you'd like to add a question to the KC quiz. We're trying to be more interactive out there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yes. So I'm going to start. Let's see here. First question. Very important. One thing I have to make sure.
Okay.
You can say Uptown Arts Bar is your favorite for some of these, but I'm going to ask for other options. Okay, here we go. This is a bar. Your favorite local brew. You got a favorite local brew or favorite local thing? No, not at all. Great. Next question. Perfect. Your favorite local event.
My favorite local event.
I know, this is a tough one. Very difficult.
I guess I'm going to go with Jordan Stempelman's Common Sense readings at KCAI.
When are those?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Intermittent.
They're intermittent?
Yeah.
So wait, what is it again?
It's a poetry reading.
Okay.
He just brings through cool weirdo poets, and he kind of supports the weirdo poetry scene in a way no one else does, so I'm going to go with that.
Very nice.
It's the Art Institute. What are you going to do?
Okay. I like
love it. Yeah,
that sounds awesome. Great. All right.
Very few people get naked more often than art students. I'm in it.
Really? No, I know. I would know that because when I was going to college, the art student guys, they liked dropping trowel.
Me too. In fact, I'm going to interrupt for a second. When I was a kid, my family always jokes that I never put on clothes until I was 8 years old.
Really?
Yeah, terrible nudist. You can surf my Facebook, everyone. There's lots of naked pictures of me out there.
All right. Your favorite restaurant that is not barbecue.
My favorite restaurant is Room 39 on 39th Street, and I eat the croque madame there, and I love to sit outside with my dog.
Really?
Oh, it's so good. And they have the best silverware. Really top notch.
What? How so?
It's just weighted right, and the knife is not too heavy, and it's not like trying to be a knife real hard. It's just a nice knife, but it's so sharp. So sharp.
Very interesting. Okay, your favorite, do you like barbecue?
Love barbecue.
All right, here we go. This is the question that causes a lot of, a lot of very, it's a difficult one. Your favorite barbecue in Kansas City?
Go chicken, go.
Go chicken, go?
Why would you go eat barbecue when you could have chicken livers and gizzards and chicken sauce or Go Sauce. But if I know everybody wants to argue about Jack Stack and that gas station place, but truly it's got to be Arthur Bryant's, that pepper.
Yeah.
Pepper, though. Into it.
All right. I like it. All right. Next question. Here we go. This is a very popular question as well. Sharks, are they dinosaurs?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
You're in the same group as me. I believe sharks are dinosaurs 100%.
Yes.
Okay.
100%. Even I have a shark tattoo that's an Ouroboros. He's eating his own tail.
You do?
I love sharks.
Okay. Then, you know what? That wasn't even planned. That was just a question on the
love
KC
that.
quiz. So far, you have 15 points. You're doing really well. Your favorite place to see live music?
My favorite place to see
Other
live
than the Uptown Arts Bar.
Yeah. No,
yes.
I wouldn't do that. It's probably Prospero's Books.
Okay.
It's not an accessible venue, but they really love the artists, and it just shows, and it's just always such a wonderful environment, and plus all the books, there's just a warmth to it.
Oh, so it's a nice little, kind of cozy nook,
It is.
to listen to music.
It's a cozy nook, and but Will Latham, who runs the bookstore, he knows all of the best musicians in town. Every time I go see something there, even if I've never heard of it, it's something so amazingly good.
Very nice.
So
I like that answer. Your favorite place to hang out? What's your favorite KC hangout?
the river.
Jumping in the river?
Question. Oh, I swim the river.
No, you don't.
Oh, all the time.
Really?
I'm in love with
you
it.
are the first person I have ever met that says
don't-
they swim in the river.
I don't just swim in the river. I'll do 5-6 mile stretches. I love it. It's my fascination.
Really?
Yeah. It started last year. I just, on a total whim, my husband Ejno and I literally just threw ourselves in the Gasconade at 9 a.m. with 2 beers and nothing else.
Really?
And I thought it was, if you drive from the Gasconade to our spot to Third Creek where the car is,
Yeah.
it's 6 miles.
Okay.
So I thought maybe 7 miles. No, 13. We had to be rescued. 6 miles in, we had to be rescued.
Wait, so rescue. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
There's so many. There's so many layers to this story. Okay, so you were rescued 6 miles in
Yes.
by.
Skeeter. I'm not lying. It's the Ozarks. Skeeter in his boat. I can't remember his wife's name. And I wave him down. I'm standing. I'm actually walking up to any house and knocking on the door and
Okay.
where's Third Creek?
Okay.
But nobody's home. And so I wave this boat and the boat stops. People are so friendly on the river.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my gosh, how far is Third Creek? And he goes, Third Creek, 6 miles. I was like, 6 miles? We've already been on the river for 5 hours. And so I was like, oh my gosh, we're lost. Can you please give us a ride to Third Creek? And he's like, where's your boat? I said, we didn't bring a boat. We swam. And he goes, what? You're grounded. You're both too grounded. What the hell are you swimming the river for?
Oh my gosh.
But I haven't stopped. I just got smarter about using maps.
Okay, very good. Okay, so when was the last time you went river swimming?
I guess it was a month ago maybe, and I took a bunch of people, but I didn't pay good attention because I don't do that sometimes.
Okay.
And 6 of the people completely missed the turn into the creek, and so had to fight against the river. And it was very dangerous, and I'm very sorry to all those people still. But they all made it.
They all made it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure there was everybody had a beer. It's which
yeah.
way are we going to go now,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Yeah. Fun times on the river. That's incredible. Okay. This is a big question too. You may have some very mixed thoughts on this. What is Kansas City missing? What do we need? A lot of folks, they have a lot of different ideas of what Kansas City's missing. You've been here your whole life? Mm-hmm. What do you think KC's missing?
Kansas City is missing a wormhole in the middle of Westport that just sucks the whole thing away. And the plaza,
This is a hot
too.
take. This is a hot take on Westport.
And maybe some other selected areas.
Really?
Gone.
Gone.
Just gone.
Off the map.
No. What it really needs is Shia LaBeouf, or however you say that.
Shia LaBeouf?
Yes, this performance art fellow.
The young Even Stevens?
I write him letters. He does not write me back.
Wait, hold on. There's so much more I'm learning. Okay, so Shia LaBeouf.
Yes.
Transformers Shia LaBeouf.
Yes.
Even Steven Shia LaBeouf.
I don't know what that is.
That was his Disney. Was it Nickelodeon or Disney Channel show
when he was a small Disney for about 30 years.
He was a small child actor, and it was something like that. He was in Holes. He was in the movie Holes.
Transformers thing.
Okay, the Transformers thing. So you write Shia LaBeouf letters.
Yes. Really strange.
I'm just going to ask one simple question. Why?
Because I want him to know that he is loved and supported by me. He deserves. I write him the strangest letters, full of cut-ups and.
Have you ever gotten anything back?
No, never.
Do you think you will one day? What do you think what's going to happen if he does?
I think. Well, my true thought is that as soon as one of my letters touches his hands, he will instantly say, "I've been dreaming about you." And he's going to fly to wherever the return address is, because I always put the real one on.
Okay.
And he is going to swoop me up and teach me how to drive a helicopter, and then we're just going to tour the world together.
That is, let me tell you, I'm going to give you, I'd say there's a chance that happens.
Yes, I do too. He just
yeah.
needs one letter to really get to him. People are keeping them from him.
Oh, okay. So he's being sheltered.
He's being sheltered.
Yeah, he is kind of turning into a weird performance artist guy, right?
So wonderful.
Yeah?
Yeah,
what,
you should
didn't
listen to him.
Oh, I saw the one where he was like, he was in a theater just watching all of his old movies.
Yeah.
And like there was a point in there where like he was watching, I think he was watching the Even Stevens movie. And he was like, it was like when he was a little kid and he started like crying. And he like teared up a little bit. That's
so sensitive.
So sensitive.
Too sensitive for Transformers.
Maybe you put that in your next letter to him, that you saw that maybe
just steal your memory.
Yeah, you can steal
it for
it.
emotional sway.
I'm trying to help you out here because I don't think I think that in itself, if that ever does happen, here's the deal. If he ever replies to you, you have to come back on the show and tell us what it says.
Oh, I'll get him to come on the show with
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I don't see why not. We need more people. Okay. Here's a question. This is kind of a poetry question. Okay. I told you about how when I try to write poetry, it always just devolves into like, hey, my name is Cole. I'm super cool. Yes, like stuff like that, and buts. What is your favorite rhyming word?
Meridian.
Meridian?
Yeah.
Meridian, obsidian,
ooh, good.
oblivion.
Yes.
Rapscallion, Canadian. No, that doesn't work. Meridian, the prime meridian.
Yes.
Okay, meridian. I like it. I can't think of a huge amount of words that rhyme with meridian. Butts does not rhyme with meridian.
Well.
I did okay, right?
But you could have like the meridian. The butt crack is like the meridian of the body.
That could be true.
And so now you've got a whole freestyle.
Talking about butts, the prime meridian.
Show that hit crack. That spot on the equator.
Show that crack full of obsidian. All right, there we go.
It's a poop metaphor.
Yes, exactly. I did. Okay, I worked it out. Yes. Book me on open mic night, man. Okay, here we go. I've got one more question for you. This is the Google Challenge. Are you familiar with the Google Challenge? No, you're not. Okay, here's the deal. Into Google Machine, I have written a phrase, okay, and you need to fill in the end of the phrase, okay? I just want to point out right now, you were at 38 points.
Ooh.
You've done really well, okay?
Okay.
All right, so here we go. So I wrote into Google Machine, I wrote, Jeanette is a, fill at the end. Jeanette is a...
Sparkle Princess.
Sparkle Princess. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Actually, the correct answer is Jeanette is a good name.
That's true.
Jeanette is
That's true, though. I love my name.
I mean, there's not too many Jeanettes out there, but no, the Google Machine's weird like that. It's the Jeanette is a good name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Solid people. It's like the height of Jeanettes were like the 1912s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Somebody told me.
Now
Google
you know.
told me.
No exact the battle. No exact the battle. G.I. Joe. Okay, so let me add up your points here. Divided by 7. All right, you have 44 points.
Yay!
44 points. Going to add you to the leaderboard, which obviously is real thing. You can find it on our website. Oh, you can. So thank you, Jeanette. How do you feel about your performance on the Casey quiz today?
I just want to let everyone know that 44 upside down is HH or 2 small chairs.
Yes. And 531-8008 is boobies.
So that's, yes,
Okay?
we're friends now.
Perfect. All right, here we go. Thank you so much for taking the KC quiz. All right, we are back here with Jeanette Powers at the Uptown Arts Bar. We are nearing the end of our time. Is there any last minute, do you have any other rhymes you want to lay on the people? Anything else that you want to tell the people of Kansas City about Uptown Arts Bar? This is your time to shine. What do you got for me?
I just want to say that everything you've ever dreamed, you can really do. And I know that's a cliche, but I watch it every day. I watch people do it every day. Come here, find a community. If you're tired of the everyday routine of your life, come here instead. You still get to drink, you still get to party, you still get to hang out with friends, but you're going to make new friends who make stuff. Sometimes stupid stuff, sometimes awesome stuff, sometimes stuff that saves a person in a really dark spot. And all of that's okay. So come out here. It's uptownartsbar.com or like us on Facebook, Uptown Arts Bar. I'm Jeanette Powers. I am the one and only Sparkle Princess, FYI.
Yes.
My spirit animal is a fire dragon, and you can reach me at JeanettePowers.com.
And you're an Anarchist Freak.
And I'm an Anarchist Freak.
Of course, you can find me at Cole Lindbergh on Twitter. Please make sure you check out our website, thekansacitypodcast.com, our Facebook, The Kansas City Podcast, Twitter at Kansas City Pod. Please continue to write those reviews. Please continue to share the show. The outpouring of support has been great so far. So the more people we have listening, the more cool people that we can get on the show. So we're very excited about how it's going. And Jeanette, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Had a great
really
time
appreciate
today.
it. Fantastic. All right. We will see you guys next week. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.